Hello and welcome to another edition of Business Africa. I am Afolake Oinloye. Coming up, how do you trade with Bitcoin in Africa? We have the answers. The Republic of Congo to join OPEC in a bid to improve its oil production. Financing opportunities increased after US lifted economic embargo imposed on Sudan. Bitcoin is a cryptocurrency that allows value transfer around the world in seconds on the internet without the need of a trusted authority, thanks to the blockchain technology. This virtual currency, as of last week, is worth $13,000. It is becoming increasingly popular and is of interest to companies, government, and individuals. But how does it work, and is Africa ready for it? Emmanuel Tokumbo-Dako, Bitcoin expert, will answer to these questions right after this report.
Africa is one of the worst places in the world to mine Bitcoin. It's hot, dusty, and suffers from poor infrastructure. Power blackouts are a daily occurrence in many parts of the continent, making Africa wholly unsuited to mining. Virtually no one in Africa is selling Bitcoin. Power issues aside, the continent's internet is also poor, with most Africa reliant on mobile data. Finding a stable source of power and internet with which to mine cryptocurrency is highly impossible. This week, Bitcoin surpassed over $13,000 on global exchanges, with the exception of one continent, Africa. Prices at Africa's Golix.com exchange have been 40% higher than the rest of the world for months. In Africa, one Bitcoin is currently trading for around $32,000, down slightly from a peak of $34,000. Zimbabwe, whose unstable economy has depleted foreign exchange markets, saw locals turn to Bitcoin as a storage of value this year. At one point, Zimbabwe had the highest Bitcoin prices in the world. Whether or not the Bitcoin bubble bursts, its potential locally could be mitigated by regulation. While it's difficult for authorities to regulate cryptocurrencies which they have little control over, it's possible to control companies that provide services using the currencies. Most apex banks across the world has issued warnings on the risk of cryptocurrencies.
Emmanuel Tokumbo-Dako, Bitcoin expert, is joining us from Accra, Ghana. For more on that report, welcome to the program, and thanks for granting the interview.
Okay, thank you.
Now, Bitcoin is a cryptocurrency and worldwide payment system. Is Africa ready for it, and could Bitcoin change the game in Africa?
Bitcoin is already changing the game in Africa. It's not as if it could change the game in Africa. It is people in Africa are actually very active in Bitcoin. Bitcoin is actually per capita. Kenya leads Bitcoin holdings globally per capita. So Bitcoin is actually becoming very prominent in places like Kenya, South Africa, Nigeria, and recently Ghana. And the earlier government took advantage of this and tapped into it to the benefit of society, the better. Places like South Africa, governments like South Africa are actually taking steps whereby they are now studying the Bitcoin and cryptocurrency space, and they're actually running a sandbox with about, I think, Ban Ki-moon and another company to see how best to approach it, and favorable regulations as has been done in Japan and some few other countries, so as to help boost their economy than rather do against it. It is better to, like South Africa is doing, we are taking it from a strong position than from an ignorant position. Like the way that did some time back by saying by declaring it illegal. South Africa is taking time to study it to understand how well they as a country can benefit from it, because it is real.
Now, how do you trade with Bitcoin, and what advantage does it have over normal currency?
But to get a full information about mining, you would have to talk to the geeks and those who really do a lot of computer stuff. But it involves using, a lot of electrical power, high computers with high processing power, and all of this is Bitcoin. But there are some other cryptocurrencies that do not require that much high processing power, but they are not as valuable as Bitcoin is. And as it stands, there are about 21 million Bitcoins ever been mined in the world. And at the moment, I think 80 million have already been mined. This amount of Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies that we know have been intentionally done has to fight against inflation. Unlike the fiduciary currencies that we have that are affected by central banks, whereby notes can be printed up to inflation. That happens in Zimbabwe, and inflation can go as high as 20,000% or whatever percentage. Cryptocurrencies mostly have definite number of that can ever be printed. This way, inflation is checked. So the crypto economy makes sure that, the value of the coin you're holding in the long term keeps rising. That's why you keep hearing Bitcoin price has risen. Even though it's false, you keep hearing some ridiculous money or value being given to one Bitcoin. It is because of the mechanism that started the whole thing in the first place. It is meant to run against inflation, to make sure that whatever you're holding becomes valuable in the long run.
It can be all rosy for Bitcoin. There must be some shortcomings.
Any new asset class that comes, and that has a lot of popularity, it has a lot of volatility, because the market is still new, fragile. People are now coming in. So when people come in droves, that is rise due to high demand, basically. There's one that's supply. When people also sell, it easily affects prices. But as people begin to adopt Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies more, there'll be some market consolidation, some gravitas given to the currency, that the rate of volatility will reduce. That is one. Basically, you should store your coins at the right places with the making your private keys, your seeds, your passwords are well stored as well. As long as that is done, you can be secure, because blockchain technology is very transparent and cannot be manipulated, cannot be altered, cannot be deleted. It is trustless. Whatever you do on blockchain can never be reversed. And as long as your money is your everything is secure, your password and everything is secure, it can never be stolen. So all those news items that might say it is very dangerous and hackable and all of those things might not wash, as long as you do the right things.
Prices of acquiring the virtual currency in Africa is higher than the rest of the world. What's the reason behind this?
People are ready to pay a premium for it, because those who know about Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies know the value of what they are holding in the medium to long term. So they are able to pay for it. In places like Zimbabwe, they see Bitcoin as a more credible alternative to their currency, and the demand. So basically, there's a higher demand than there is supply. Than there is known supply. So there's a higher demand for. That's why Africa is ready for cryptocurrency, because there's a higher demand than both holding and the continent. So in Zimbabwe, for instance, the demand for cryptocurrencies and Bitcoin especially is very high, because that's a better alternative for them to hold than buying the dollar. That falls in value. And moreover, people can do international trade and imports with Bitcoin than the Zimbabwean dollar. So why not hold that? So that increases demand, and there's people supply.
Mr. Dako, thank you very much for your input. We'll find out why the Republic of Congo wants to join OPEC right after this break. Stay with us.